some good matchups. I'm interested to see how people use the floating Loot Lake Island. I'm actually not even sure where it is right now on the map. It's constantly moving.
Constantly.
Last I checked, it was somewhere near the middle.
That's right.
Near Dusty
right between, between Dusty and Tilted Towers. Things are happening. Things are moving. Let's not forget, we also have returning competitor Alanis Mitro here, who is paired up with someone he's very familiar with. So, you know, it's going to be a pretty interesting day, all things considered. But taking a look at the current bus, it's not the most ideal bus, right? You have a little bit of a less room to play with, because now you have to make these farther travels to say, like down at Lucky Landing, even the likes of Fatal Fields and Flush Factory. You have to be in the air longer. Yeah,
and the longer you are in the air, you know, the people who land early, they'll have more materials. You know, you could land and people will already have a few hundred materials and shields and weapons. It'll be interesting to see how people use that center island, because I've watched a few scrims recently, and having control of that island late game is very vital when it comes to maneuvering around the map. So you'll see people fighting on there, and you'll see people sitting on there waiting for the circle to push them out.
Right off the bat, take a look at this. Solary, MZ, and Airwalks. One of the very powerful God. Start the game with a quad launcher. That's what you like to see, man. Cracks Beehive, though. I really hope, like you're saying, man, just use the boogie bombs. Chuck one out. At least then you have 3 left in reserves. You won't lose too much. Now it looks like he's going to get aggressive. Beehive. You heard one of the boogies go off there. Jarl making that rotation around. Beehive's dropped low as well.
Razor's really weak right now.
Is he going to go down? He's solo.
He went down. It's a 1v2 right now. They haven't used the boogie bombs yet. I don't think they even can at this point.
Not fast enough. Jarl and Beehive make quick work of the 2 there.
And potentially getting into fights.
Over.
Mark.
Ooh. He's not looking good over at Snobby Shores. He's currently
got the trap
down. Does it? Eclipse, one player adds is dropped low, but he is now down, and they are going to execute him for that elimination. That was actually super low. He goes down. Ads goes down. His teammate is up top. Riddle gets it down. Is it enough?
That is insane. That he walked into the trap even though it was already up. He must have forgotten about it or just gotten a little bit distracted. But I cannot believe he walked into that trap again. They really fumbled that, to be honest with you. That was theirs to win, and unfortunately did not go their way. Little build fight over here.
Lucky Landing, seeing some action. Now keep in mind, the storm is starting to move. We got a minute 30 before it overtakes this area. So they need to start making this disengage. Dalo and Dollar Games against Jules and his teammate. Now they've got the high ground. I mean, look, they got the Porta Fort. The mats are looking really great. 679 wood.
Oh, that's a really good first shot right there.
Jules, he's not looking too pretty right now. He's going to go down. Now the question is, where's Jules' teammates? Down below. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Dollar Games is just keeping his
pouncing on him.
It's Brox there, Uncle Brox. And now look, they just keep him down. They just have to keep him pinned down, keep him away from Jules. But look, Cypher, the storm is already coming in.
This is one of the downsides of landing near the edge of the map is if you get into these fights and they last too long, both you and the team that you are fighting could potentially get eaten up by the storm.
Now Brox could turn this whole thing around. He just needs to hit his shots. Dalo here. I mean, he already cracked Dalo. He's got no more shields.
But I mean, even winning this fight, it's not really a true win for them because the storm, the lack of resources. So like these guys, you know, luckily for him, he has a med kit.
Super low. So down below, Solar Yoshi's just chilling. Genside Madsen is like, I'm gonna med. Solar Yoshi, I promise I will do my best to protect you.
Good pyramid right there to block him from entering. There is a trap here, I believe, so he's gonna be a little bit more cautious trying to get in there. I think his teammate just took him out.
Yep, there you go. Both are eliminated. Poverty and Yoshi goes down. And now they get some more loot. You know, again, they're at the very edge of this circle.
You know, when you, like, they're investing their time instead of, you know, looting or farming because they feel like they can eliminate these guys and whatever they have is now theirs.
Right, it's like worth it to them, right?
Yes.
There we go. Crabble going down. Carnifex
crawling towards the trap to try to get him. But these guys are smart enough. They're not going to walk into the trap. There's no way. Ooh. It's a 1v2 situation right now.
What's interesting is they don't execute Crabble there. They're just leaving him up alive. They're kind of forcing his teammate to come and try and get him.
There we go.
There you go. He takes him down. And now they're sitting okay. We saw Mitro, he was low before, so he tops off with that med kit. And like you're talking about, man, to them, they feel like this whole engagement is worth it. It's valuable. If they can find Carnifex, that's 500 potential brick heading their way as well.
And they need it. At this point, they've already, like, they haven't wasted time, but in their mind, if they don't come out of this with the loot that these guys have, then it's been a waste. Wow.
Rabble. Mitro takes him down.
That was a good attempt. That was a good attempt coming in there with the pump. He really had to. When you're in a 1v2 situation like that, you just have to like risk it. You can't play too safe. You have to hope that you land your shot and potentially knock one of them out with a well-placed pump shotgun shot. So that was a good attempt. But Mitro and Villix, they're scary.
They're scary, man. Raid bosses indeed. Look at the top there. Tixi, Kinstar, 4 eliminations. So Cypher, they've got themselves a point on the board. It's pretty good. Now keep in mind, we still have plenty of players left in this match, so you got to think they're probably thinking about that most eliminations in a single match. They're probably been thinking about the likes of a Royale flush. They're halfway there, just on Tixi by himself. Then get the eliminations, my friend. Let's take a look at this replay from Dalo and Dollar Games. Oh, this was
This
earlier.
is the fight we fought earlier. Yeah, we watched earlier. You know, a lot of times when somebody has the 0 limbs and their partner has a little bit more, it could just be that their partner is the finisher.
Right.
You know, you could do a lot of damage like from a distance, and then your partner goes in and finishes them off, just like right
Just like
here.
that. Feel it out game, right?
Yeah.
People are just like, first game, just warm up, just see what happens.
Typically, game ones are played a little bit slower. People want to just get the feel of it. Maybe get a point or two place. Make it to the final. There's a big influence on, you know, your confidence levels when you make it to the final 10 on your first game. You feel like, okay, we have what it takes to make it there. Let's keep doing that. But getting knocked out early on the first game, it can definitely drive your momentum down for the rest of the tournament. And a lot of these guys know that, so they wanna do well for their first game. Evil has 380 metal. I don't know how many materials his partner has, but they're trying to get these elims because they know that if they want to win, if they want to make it past this point on this next rotation, they need some more materials. And that's why they're playing very aggressive here and they're going for the risk. And it's going to pay off. There's a chug jug, there's some materials. Great pressure from these guys. Holding the low ground, playing safe, shooting from the edited window, are sharing the resources well. So I'm really hoping that they can pull this off because I'm pretty sure. Are they on the Bush Bandits?
Who are?
DC and Kinstar.
Let me take a look for you.
Oh man,
They are not.
Oh, they're not. Okay,
They are
well,
not.
I take everything I said back. I hope they go down the next 10 seconds.
Oh my gosh. Over to Paffy and Noisy though.
See, this is where it gets a little scary because what happens is if you get caught out of place and you look weak, if you look weak to the people around you, everyone will kind of have like a gentleman's agreement to start shooting at you. You want to look strong, you want to look like you have a lot of materials and that you can defend yourselves. Because now these guys are getting attacked with grenade launchers, but they're doing a good job of you know, defending and putting the walls up, so people might stop shooting at them. But if at any moment you look like you're taking too much damage or that you're running low on resources because you're cycling through your materials, everyone around you is going to make it their job to try to take you out. Now right here, Paffy is
Not looking good.
He's not looking good, and more people are going to potentially start shooting at them once they realize that.
That's such a great point because like, even looking up just a little north, you see a player that's just medkitting. No one's shooting at them at all.
Yeah.
Whereas Kinstar and Tixi, of course, everyone's like, hey, pile on these guys, make them use their mats. We'll shoot at each other. Don't shoot at us. Shoot at them. Look at them. They're the threat.
62 players alive. By the time this next
number.
circle goes up that hill, part of it is up on the hill. I see that number going from 60 down to like 20. We're about to lose 40 people potentially because this is a tough rotation. And most of the people on the map are away from the circle. And the people who are near the circle, they still might have to go up that hill. So,
especially with the safe zone is like half encompassed in the storm.
yeah.
So you have a super small space to work in. I mean, look at it again. You see people on top of each other right now and continue to make their way into that current safe zone.
And when it comes to these late game rotations, a lot of times you try to get away with, you know, rotating without using materials and you hope that people just let you buy. You hope that people just like ignore you and focus on their own rotation. And if you can get away with rotating without using that, look at all this loot right here.
Oh my, that's another player!
He's trying to snack their loot. Oh, that did not go well.
For it. Oh no, it was past
Oh,
me.
the Porter Rift, that is so clutch.
And now
did he pick that up or did he have it with him?
I believe he picked it up, and now they can make this clean rotation. And Mitro's like, look, I want to go in.
And TC are just running around, and they're hoping that they don't get shot. You see, they're not really, that's a great shot from TC, but they're not really building because they want to see if they can get away with it. That's kind of the hope where you're like, okay, please let me buy. Let me buy. Let me try to get it through here without spending too many materials. And if they can do that, that's great.
And that's a great point because you can utilize other players' builds to do that.
Yes.
But as you can see, they're onto it. They're like, hey, we see you guys. Nice try. And so now Tixi and Kinsar are in a bad spot, right? They have to sit here and fortify while everyone is just barraging them now.
And if more people find out that Kinsar is down, there'll be more shots coming through here. But I think it's hectic enough for him to pick up Kinsar right now.
And the Storm, what's interesting too is back over old build, but Billix is down. And it's not looking great.
It's up to Mitro. He's not going to be able to pick up the
Yeah, he just needs to go. Yeah, Billix is down.
He's got enough materials to try to make this work, and he's got the grappler, which is going to be really, really useful during his rotation. And you see, he's not even building anything right here. He's just using other people's builds and hoping he doesn't get focused. Looks like he wants to maintain the high ground, but maybe now that his partner's down, it might be a little too tough. Storm's closing in on him there, so he has to be careful. Keep moving.
There is a lot of players going down. We're down to 28. The new safe zone is going to start moving in 10 seconds, Cypher. It's almost time to go. And I am getting word Boyer won last week. Mitro, though, putting up those big numbers as well. So here we go, Cypher. It's time to start moving.
Still alive. They've got 5. They've got 6, actually. 2 more eliminations.
Yep.
They'll get the extra point.
That's right, at 8.
And in terms of placement, was it the top? First place gets the 3 points.
Yep, victory Royale is worth 3. Second and third are worth 2. Fourth and fifth are worth 1 point. Yep. So now they're probably shifting their mindset a little bit, right? They're like, okay, well, there's 30 of us. Could we play for top 5? Well, I don't know. There's still 30 of us.
There's still 30.
Yeah.
So we're talking 15, 16th place right here if you go down.
Yep.
They're just I guess some people are hoping that they just don't get noticed a little bit and that they're able to make it to the top 5.
That's right.
And then the people who are, maybe 1 or 2 limbs away from getting a point, they might be looking for that. Wild card Bowman and Alpha have that high ground.
I believe it's Solary Kinsar who takes down Mitro, and look at the kill feed light up. People are being eliminated left and right. Alliance Tomo takes down 2. So now they need 1 more, Cypher. They are so close. They have the potential to get the Royale flush right now. We see people going down. Kinsar goes down, though. He's currently knocked. Tixi is by himself, dude. And they've got the 8 eliminations, Cypher.
Yes, they do. And I would be very surprised if TC picks up Kinsar here, because it'll be the 2nd time, and he's running from the storm. No, I don't think it's going to happen. I
don't think it's
going to happen. Looks like it's going up the hill, so he will be going down here.
He just, it just needs to be Tixi. He needs to go by himself. He's got the double barrel.
Oh my goodness. 10 eliminations total. 8 from Tixi alone, and he's looking for more. There's 9. He's gonna get the double digits. Oh, the storm just stopped moving. There's 2 people on top of him. They know he's there. They can hear him breaking. He's got to be extra careful. He's going to replace these walls. He has enough materials, sort of, to try to get this out. But the thing is, as soon as the storm starts closing, it's going to be closing towards the center. And he won't be in the center. There's no way he can get there. Yeah, unless he tries to maneuver out of here.
Yeah, he's got to go now.
But it's going up the hill. Oh my.
He could make it. It's going to be really close. Double barrel's out. He's going to find another.
Going for the spray, they're all looking at him.
Not enough, but Tixi and Kinsar land 11 elims in the first game. We're down to final 8.
So hectic. 2 elims
6
coming in.
players left suddenly. I'm sorry, Kingwin.
Kingwin.
The duo of Heisel and Tyovsky. Oh, he's
8 elims.
9. Cypher.
9.
This is all going down. What just happened? We've gone down. Cypher, what just happened?
Okay. The wildcard duo, they had the high ground. At no point were they being contested due to the fact that it was going up the hill. So everybody who was climbing up the hill were fighting each other. And